Ah, here's the wind. Sorry about that. Well, good morning. At least it's morning for me, and I'm out for a walk. Let's see if I chose the right settings for this live stream. Yes. Hi there. Good morning. Good morning. Jone. Hi there. Okay, so yes, everything seems to be working fine. I have been working from the early hours. So I started at 1 a.m. actually, and that's a bit early, so I couldn't sleep, so I am rationing the painkillers for my headache, which means that I can't really take that much, and yeah, so I just got up and started working. It's quite chilly today, so I hope that the battery survives. Yes, I had an awakening when it comes to my clothing. I thought, well, let's look at which of those outdoors clothes that I have are made in China. And it seems like lots of them are. I'll just move away from this field where it's quite windy. My Fjellreven clothes are made in China, and the other brand that I have been using also made in China. Well, thank you, Brett. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So I have decided that if I can avoid it, I will not use gear made in China. And I must say, even though I don't know everything about how the logistics of making outdoors clothes and all that, but it seems to me that for a brand like Fjellreven, they are promoting environmentalism. It's not very environmentally friendly to make clothes in China, is it? So I'll start look around and have a chat with other manufacturers of outdoors clothes. I have checked my hat, so I'm safe when it comes to the hat. But I think that because it's a Tilly hat, I love this hat, made in Canada. So I will gladly support Canada, of course. But it's I think it's a bit illegal to go around wearing only a hat. That would be illegal and very not what I would prefer to do, you know, all the mosquitoes and all that. So yeah, so let's I have what I have here. I couldn't find it. It didn't say where it's made, so I don't know. But I'll look more into it. And as DD there says, it's almost impossible to not buy anything made in China. But I'll do my best. I'll do my best. I'll try to sit down here actually, because here it's quite warm. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't see all the chats here, but I would like to say, Robert, if you're there, I hope you are coping with the virus and the illness, and that you are getting better. If you're not already better, I hope that you will be, that you're coping. I have been thinking of you actually, because you joined the live stream and you gave us a real-time update on what it's like to have that virus. Okay, so get better soon, and if you are listening to this, well, I am sure that we are all wishing you well, and stay strong. Yeah, so second week. Six, good to see you. Can I make you a moderator on the live stream? Let me know if I can. Yeah, well, the migraine got really bad last night. Okay, thanks a lot. It got really bad last night. My vision was not impaired, so that's good, but I got a little bit of twitches going on in my face and all that, so it goes back to the 90s. I was in a car accident and I broke my neck, so but enough of that. Second week with self-isolation. I'm learning new things every day. I really want, and this will sound a little bit foolish, we are rationing the frozen meat and chicken. I really want some fresh meat. I'm not a I think I'm very much a carnivore, and it's like I've been a couple of mornings. That's been my first thought, and you know, it just tells me that I've been so spoiled when it comes to food, and yeah, of course we can go and buy all that, and we have ordered actually food, so we will have that delivered. So yeah, thank you. Michael McCoy says, I don't think that is foolish. Rationing is very smart, even if you don't run into a shortage. Well, it's a little bit of a practice, you know, going into this. We are trying to see what it will be like. if there is a food shortage. That being said, I still have the mindset that it won't be a food shortage. About the bird that I found, I'm sorry to say that it died. And I think, you know, it always makes me sad. I know these things happen every day, but it's sad, you know. At the same time, I'm realizing that it would probably not take very long for me. I'm not to start fishing, and I never fish because I am one of those people who I don't enjoy killing anything, right? But it's an urge, you know. Yeah, so that would probably not take very long. But it's yeah, that's the way it is. Rest of the family is coping very well. They are my kids are doing their extended homework and you know, they are coping very well. They are my daughter is on the what's it called, FaceTime with her friends, and yeah, but we are already seeing some signs, at least here in Norway, that the Wi-Fi, not the Wi-Fi, but internet, the whole internet system, the whole thing there, it's a bit under pressure. So the major phone company in Norway, they had problems the other day, and Netflix is being forced now actually to reduce the quality of their So that's yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we get some kind of, I don't know, limitations when it comes to the whole internet thing. Adeline says, I am having internet and cell phone issues lately. Yeah, I'm just listening to the birds. Sometimes when you hear some birds over here, they are telling, not me, but you know, they're signaling that there's an animal over there. So I think there's a little bit of that going on now. But I think in total, I actually like this. I'm very much okay with this situation. I don't miss going to the, you know, shopping, food and stuff. I don't miss that. There's a little bit of a discussion going on in the trees now. It's the crows. The crows, they are almost talking, you know. You can hear them talking. But anyway, it was mentioned here just now. Okay, I'll stop listening to the crows now. That being said, I think it's always a good idea to listen to the crows, but yeah, I'm very much okay with this situation. The only thing is that I have to ration the painkillers. but it's not. That's not all bad actually. I have said before that what I'm hoping is that there is. It's not, you know, those painkillers are not a prescription in other countries, I believe. So it's not. They are not very strong, but still, I am hoping, and I haven't been taking that much of them, but my hope is that being forced to take less makes the effect of them better in a way. That's what they're saying. If I had to bet, I would say that's not going to happen, but it's kind of, sort of what I'm hoping. If that happens, it's a good thing, but you know. I got through the migraine. It's not a pretty sight when I have that, but it's like it's what it is. Home office at home. Home office at home. Well, we have actually 3 home offices. No, 4. My kids, my wife, and I. So it's, yeah, everyone is doing something. Let's see here. One question here. Is there anyone in Ireland who knows anyone being sick from this? That was a question here just now. Jim Bunk says, greetings from America. Well, thank you. Greetings from Norway. And also it was mentioned here, a radio. Get a radio or 2 so that you can, like, a marine radio or even a hunting radio, so that you have some kind of means of communicating, even though not over very large distances. You have some kind of, you can communicate with your family if you have to go for a hike or something. It's good to have, you know. I know nothing about radios. I have a radio in my boat, and I have 2 of those handheld radios. And it's one of those things I wish I knew more about. Now I'm learning that, well, that was yesterday or the day before, that the schools in Britain have closed. If I'm not mistaken, it's only Sweden now that hasn't closed schools. Sweden is not going to go well. That much I can say. Their response to this has been very foolish, and my best wishes to every Swedish person here listening to this. And I shouldn't have to say I have, of course, nothing against the Swedish people. Claes, okay, you closed, that would be college and universities. The way I see it, it's the children's school or the elementary school that you have to close, because if you're like 15 years old, you understand that you have to keep distance, wash your hands and everything. But if you're 8 years old, they forget, you know. Okay, Grindan Elfvine says that his brother has this plague, but is doing well slowly. All the best from London. Well, thank you, and my best wishes to your brother. Yeah. So everything is very peaceful. I actually like this so far. I'm almost glad that my kids gets to experience this. That being said, that's what I'm saying now. If this goes on for a very long time, you know, and if the governments implement more, what's it called, draconian measures, we will have big problems. And they are in Norway now, as I mentioned in another live stream, they are trying to get through a law that they call a crisis law, which basically sets aside the democracy. It sets aside the parliament, and that worries me. And they are trying to frame it in a different way, but that's what it's about. Legal experts are, you know, ringing the bell and saying this is very dangerous. We cannot allow this. Six says same here in Canada. It's like if you give away that control, it's up to them, the governments, to give it back. If they don't want to give it back, I'm going to be very blunt here. History shows us that if they don't voluntarily give it back, violence is the only option. I'm not saying, I'm not promoting violence, don't get me wrong. I'm saying that if we look back at history, whenever any government takes control, like they set aside the democratic principle, that tends to be, the only way out of that is through some kind of violent conflict. We must avoid that. It is not the way to go, and there are other ways. They are saying we need to do this because it goes, everything goes, the democracy, it's not fast enough. It's not fast enough. Well, then what you do, and this goes out to all the politicians who dream about having total control. Now, I know you're working a lot. You think, work more, okay? Now you will have 16-hour days. If you don't have that already, and if you have 16-hour days now, which I don't think you have, that's what you start now. And you work more effectively, and you stop talking about setting aside the parliaments, okay? Because it will not end well for a government who does that. It will not end well. Even if the present government in Norway has, you know, the best intentions, maybe. Well, that might change. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think, and now I come to the more serious matters. Well, we are already there, maybe, but there comes a time when you have to bug out. Yeah, I'm using that term. And the thing is, you can't wait too long, because if you wait too long, it will be too late. Yeah, dark thoughts on a sunny morning. I know. We'll see what happens. Norway is a country with a lot of wilderness. And you can basically walk from here into Russia and nobody will see you. But you know, you have to be a proper expert survivalist to do that, and it's not something that people will do. But I will say this, I think it's time to at least start entertaining the thought of maybe you have to bug out. Maybe you have to get only the most essential stuff, things you can carry, and be ready. And if I'm wrong, then you can just call me some crazy guy on the internet, right? That's okay. I just wanted to say that. Myself, I'm in the National Guard in Norway. I'm actually in the National Guard. It's and that means that I'm on a list of people. They can go and get me and say that, well, you have those people up there, they went to their cabins in the mountains. Now you are going to help us get them out of there, and you know, I've never had a day of training in the National Guard. I'm on the list, that's all. And I would probably, well, not probably, but certainly disobey any such request. Now you can say that, you know, I'm old, I'm not, and I don't have any training, so they wouldn't want me there. You know, I would just be we have an airplane. It's a small private airplane, I think. Yeah, my hernia injury, I do have that still, and it's not getting worse, so it's under control, I think. But it, you know, I know I'm on that list, and not only am I on that list, I'm on the list in the group that I can't remember the name, but it's actually the list of people who will have to deal with biological warfare and biological disasters. That's the list I'm on. Yeah, so not the best list to be on right now. You know. Yeah, I hope I'm using the right English name. Hjemmeværnet, National Guard. I looked it up. So yeah, I've been thinking, you know, oh, I'm old, I never had any training, I'm just on a list, so is it like they will just give me what's it called? Broomstick? No, and maybe I'll be digging trenches, maybe without any protection gear, because they are running out of protection gear now. National Guard, Home Guard, yeah, okay. It's the how are medicals requesting the 95s? I don't know what that means. Maybe you'll be digging graves. Yes. Well, I'll tell you what, I will be bugging out before they enroll me into the list of those people who are going to be out there digging trenches and graves. But now we are kind of fantasizing about what, outcomes of this. And I don't think we will get there. I would like to say this. 95 masks, yes. I would like to say this. It's being hyped up a little bit, this whole thing. I know it is bad, but it's like in the news. It's about this, I call it plague, all the time, and it's not being put into context with anything. It's just that this will change everything, which it will, but it's like the news, it's being so dramatic, and the politicians, they are being so dramatic, and maybe we need that because there were lots of people who didn't take this seriously, which they should have. Yeah, so it's a little bit of two-sided, double-edged sword. That it's good to scare those people who don't take this seriously, but to scare people, there's a little bit of panic going on, and yeah. If we could all just stay at home for just a few weeks, stay with our families, we can work on some, I don't know, carpentry projects, and take hikes in the woods, then this would be over, and that's, yeah, I do understand this. On the other side, it is bad. I know it's, as I've said before, this is bad, but it would be good to have a little bit of balance, So, yeah. We do have seeds, actually, but I made a mistake. I forgot to get soil for those seeds. And I think that if I just dig up soil from my garden, there will be slugs, eggs for slugs and different insects in it. So we have ordered. We'll try to order some soil for planting seeds, actually. So okay, that's what I wanted to say this morning, and I'm taking the day off. As I said, I started at 1 a.m. writing this early morning, and I will be needing some sleep during the day. But right now it's, I'm going to take a little bit of a walk and get back to my house. I'm getting the we have what's it called, a terrace that you sit on, right? And we have some chairs there, so it's sunny and it's very nice. So I'll get some of those cushions that for the out. We have furniture, outdoors furniture, right? And yeah, I'm going to sit in the sun a little bit. and I have a little bit of I have a project. I'm going to make boxes for planting seeds. I have some materials at home, and I plan to have them hanging actually off the ground so that the slugs can get to them. They did last year. Yeah, and yeah, I think we will all be shave for a better mask seal. Well, I will rather self-isolate, but it's true. I think a mask wouldn't be sealed very good to my face now. Let's see here. Dagholm Nordli says, I can't take the day off. I work at the ambulance, so I hope I don't see you. Well, yeah. Well, I think you're kind of, you're the heroes in this situation. You are at risk, as you know. You're out there and helping people, which is quite awesome, I must say. Robert says Vaseline closes the mask seal on. Yeah, I know. I've been thinking maybe I should do that. I have Vaseline, for the batteries and stuff in my boat to protect those from the rust, and for the cotton pads. So I could get the mask to fit without shaving off the beard. Yeah. But okay. I would like to also say, and I should have started with this this channel, which is my second channel. This is my live stream channel, and I put everything here that I feel don't fit on the main channel. It's here's the plane again. It's growing rapidly actually, which is nice. So hello to all the new subscribers. Good to see you. And yeah, we will be at 10,000 subscribers, which I never thought would happen on this channel. I'm just walking around with an unsteady selfie stick here. Now that this airplane. Now what? That's strange. That was not a private airplane. I've never seen, it was a very small airplane, not a private one, because I think it was bigger than those little private airplanes. There's a guy who has a sea airplane down here. And it was not like that. It was bigger, but very low. And yeah, I don't know. Let the conspiracy theories begin. And it was not one of those big jet planes. No. I'll get my bow and my big war bow. See if I can hit it. No, I'm just kidding, YouTube, just kidding. Okay. Have a nice day or evening. Stay strong and be vigilant and think for yourself. Okay. Bye bye, we'll talk soon.